Hey everyone, lately I've been having a lot of fun using the OP-1 and OP-Z together and sequencing the OP-1 using the OP-Z. So I want to give you some tips and tricks that I've picked up, and I'm going to assume that you're pretty comfortable with both of these devices. But first, I just want to do a quick run through of the settings I currently have. So I have these both connected through USB via Kingston Nucleum. Charging is off on both of these, so it reduces the ground noise a little bit. I have the OP-1 set to MIDI channel 15, and I have it set to beat match. Green beat match, I guess, right? No, that's the only beat match. Cool. The OP-Z, I have the ARP track and the IO track setting to channel 15, so those are the two tracks I'll use to sequence things on the OP-1. I have clock in enabled. I have clock out, which is number 5, disabled, which is important. I have MIDI in enabled because that will enable the transport to be received from the OP-1, MIDI out, so that way we can sequence notes on the OP-1, and then I have channel 1 on, so that way the my key step can sequence notes to the active track on the OP-Z. So let's go ahead, and there's going to be a few elements to the song I want to demonstrate today. I'm going to make a drum loop. I'm going to add some chords. Those are both on the OP-1, and then I'll add a backbeat and a bass and some tape track stuff on the OP-Z, and I think that should be enough to get us a bit of a song. So let's start off with one of my favorite tricks on the OP-1, which is going to decrease the speed to 50%. And over here I have a drum kit that I just pitched down and increased the volume on all of these. So I've got my hi-hats, snare, and my kick. So it's pitched down, so that way when I speed this back up, it sounds better. So I'm going to make this a 4-bar loop here. And I'm going to go ahead and record just a really it's probably going to be a really ugly finger drumming sequence. And thankfully, this technique seems to be pretty forgiving with them. So let's give it a try. So that was pretty rough, wasn't it? But let's see how it turned out on the tape. Might be too loose. Whew, that was really rough, but let's hear how it sounds. So what I love about this is that every time I screw up and then speed it up, it makes it sound like somebody who actually knows what they're doing. So I absolutely love that. So we'll stick with that for the drum loop part of it. Next up, I want to, let's go ahead and increase our volume there. Next up, I want to add some synth sounds. So let's find a synth sound to add. Cool. Okay, so what I'll do here, there's way too much detail on that. Oof. Nope. Okay, so it does sound kind of cool. So what I'll do is I'm going to make sure that our step length is 4, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll play, I guess, let's pick F sharp minor and A major. Okay, I kind of hit a C sharp minor at the end there. So let's go ahead and actually let's keep this playing, and what I'll do is I'll just make some tweaks to the sound. I think it's fair to say that I screwed that up big time. So let's reload that. Actually, this sounds kind of pretty, doesn't it? Or let's do the organ. Okay, this will be a bit simpler then. Yeah, let's actually just record it. Cool. And so I didn't do any automation or anything during that time, and that's totally fine. Let's go ahead and check out the master settings here, see what it sounds like if I play with these a bit. Turn off this metronome. Cool, so let's add a backbeat now. but I've made a mistake. So I meant to mute that. Let's actually turn it off so it's also not sending the MIDI. Okay, and now let's go ahead and add in bass, and we'll just try to make it relatively simple. And I'll actually add some effects here. So I'm going to send this to a distortion. Cool, so that sounds good enough. Let's make this 4. Who knows how that'll sound? Okay. All right, let's give this a try now. Okay, next trick I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the master track, turn the drive way up. Actually, here, listen to this difference. So we're building something here. Let's go ahead and make sure that this is nice and... There we go. Okay. Let's see what the EQ here does. And it's not clipping on the OP-C. That's good. Let's check it here. Cool. So we're almost there. Let me just do a little bit of tape track stuff really quick. So I'm going to make it so that the bass isn't included, but I do want our little backbeat, and I want the I/O track to be part of the tape track. I also want the dry level on 0, because I'm going to use this just strictly as a beat repeat type thing. And I'm going to make it, let's see, yeah, let's make it 8 bars instead. So, oh, oops, we need it to be this way, don't we? Is I'm way too, there we go. I was way too, I was in way too low of an octave. Okay, last thing I'll do is I'm going to make this a reverb, and I'm going to just try to put everything together by adding a slight reverb send to all the elements that are involved here. So let's hear what it sounds like now. I think that's kind of cool, to be honest. So really quickly, I just wanted to mention it doesn't work super well because the bass won't change pitch, but like I said before, I think the OP-Z responds to the tape playback rate changes. Okay, so I hope that was kind of helpful. I've been having just like a lot of fun making these little loops and really doing nothing with them, but I just find it a blast. So hopefully this helps you. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for watching.